All right. So, um, make sure you're watching these videos because I'm going to ask questions about things that I said in the video. So, watch. Let's talk about causes of the Civil War for a second. Some causes that were kind of a big deal was that the North and the South were very, very different from each other. The North was more of like a manufacturing area, whereas the South was more agriculture, like they did like farming and things like that. Because as you learn way back in our regions of the United States, remember the North, they don't have good soil for farming, and so they do like manufacturing industry. And the South has really good soil for farming, so they do a lot of farming. But the South needed help making their farms and making their like plantations go, so they bought a bunch of slaves to help with that. So South had slaves, North did not have slaves. Now, as you just saw on the map a second ago, in 1819, there were 11 free states and 11 slave states. So free states means that slavery was not allowed, it was illegal. Okay, and in the South, where the slave states were, that means in those 11 states, slavery was legal. It was allowed. Okay, and the people liked it that way. The country liked it that way. They liked having it even because they were both sides. Like the North was worried about there being more slave states because if there's more slave states in Congress, when they go to make laws about things, there'll be more slave states, and the slave states can control more and make laws about slavery being allowed. And they'll pass because they'll have more votes in Congress because there'll be more slave states. And on the flip side, the South liked being equal with the North because they didn't want the North to have more states where in Congress the North would get more votes, and then they could vote to make slavery illegal. So they both felt fine being totally balanced. So they're like, yeah, we like being 11 and 11. We like keeping it the same so that no area can overpower the other area in Congress when making laws. Okay? Now, this becomes a little bit of a problem because of the thing you just learned about westward expansion. People started moving out west. We started getting new territories and we started getting new land. Okay. Obviously, that becomes a problem because we start getting more states, and when we get more states, there's going to be a question of is that state going to be a free state or is that state going to be a slave state? It's a big question. Okay. So they had to figure it out somehow. So you're going to be watching how they made a bunch of different compromises this unit and how they made compromises on which states could be free and which new states could be slave, etc. Okay, so answer a few questions and keep going.